Hey, it's Mike, messing with music. Here I am with my new Spark Live amp. Let's mess with some music. Something we can all appreciate is that this amp comes all packed in a really nicely constructed cardboard construction. No styrofoam. Thank you very much. I don't like styrofoam. One of the reasons I got this amp is because it can be battery powered. It is an auxiliary item that needs to be purchased separately. And so let's put it in the amp and get it started. I've already charged it up. But just to show you how it goes in. This is not a knurl knob. It actually requires a screwdriver, but I've already pulled it off once. Connector goes right on the top. Slide it in. Simple as that. And you've got what they say is up to 8 hours of power. I've not tested that, and I doubt it would go 8 hours at high volume, but I'm sure you could play it at home for 8 hours without any problem. Of course, the whole point of having a battery is when you're not at home. The power cord that comes with it, of course, is standard 110 to 220. It also has no problem with 50 and 60 hertz, so it's a very versatile plug-in wherever you go. Notice the handle on the back, handle on the top. It's very handy, okay? The look and feel of this amp is not to be understated. It is a really professional style amp. You feel like you're really dealing with a piece of professional equipment here. It has good rubber mounts on all the edges to protect the corners. It has a 35 millimeter speaker stand on the for horizontal mounting. There is none for doing this vertically, so you'd have to rig something special for putting it vertically. But to go horizontal, you can go horizontal with the speaker stand. The way you normally stand it up is with this built-in stand, and this stand is expandable for when you want to use this in the vertical mode. And if you retract it, then it's suitable for the horizontal mode. Taking a look at the front panel, you've got your guitar input, channel 1. That's your channel 1 input. For that, you've obviously got presets. The presets can be, there's 2 sets of 4, so you've got 8 presets. You can go from the first preset level to the second preset level. The first preset level, A, is red, and the second preset level, B, is green. Your gains for your input to control the amount of input that's coming off the guitar, you've got your 3 levels, and then you've got your output for the guitar over here, your volume. So gain and volume both on the front. Music for external music that's being pumped in, you typically do that by Bluetooth. Let's take a look at the back. This is a 4-channel amp. Let's take a look at the other 3 channels. Channel 2 is a microphone input. So you've got an XLR input here. Of course, an XLR, you can also take a 1/4 inch, so you can feed a 1/4 inch dynamic mic. Okay, this does not have phantom power. So you'd have to do phantom power remotely. There's no phantom power arrangement on here. So you need to use a dynamic mic. That got me because I was using all phantom power mics. And so I didn't have a dynamic mic. I had to go out and buy one, but it was worth it. Once I plugged it in, amazing things you can do with the microphone on this. So channel 1 is guitar. Channel 2 is typically you're going to be your microphone. So for your microphone, you've also got presets that go along with that. You've got just four presets that can be controlled. All of these can be controlled from your phone, which I'll show you later. And of course, volume control as well for the mount that's coming out of your microphone. You got channel 3 and 4 are 2 stereo inputs. You can either bring in channel 3 and channel 4 separately or as a stereo pair, and control the volumes of those as well. There's a mastering set of levels here as well. So everything gets controlled from that. So all of your inputs are controlled across this. This is individual to the channel, and then this is for all the channels together. These are all for individuals here. Pairing, there's a switch that you can pair this to by Bluetooth, and I'll show you that in a further video. In fact, I'll give you a look at it. The switch, the Spark Control X, and we're going to do a video on using that in the future. But suffice to say, it's a very handy item because you can move between all of these different controls from the Spark X. That's pairing. You have a headphone jack, as you expect. USB-C audio and data. This USB-C audio and data, I use it with a looper. And this looper, the U looper, is going to be another video that we're going to do in the future. And I'm going to show you how the U looper works amazingly with this amp setup, allowing you to loop not only the guitar licks, but also vocals, or anything else that you can bring in through your microphone. So we'll talk about that in a later video. Here's a charge out. I also use this charge out to power that looper. And you could power any pedal that takes a 5-volt output, and you could power it through from this output here. So that's pretty much what's going on in the back. Let's take another look at the front. Now let's hear what this baby can do. So we're taking a look here at the app running, the Spark app running on my iPad. The same app runs on my iPhone, but my iPhone is taking this video, so I'm using my iPad this time. And it shows you what the setup is for any particular configuration that is set up in here. So this is called fingerstyle reverb. So it's a combination of specific amps and pedals and the settings for those pedals, which you have complete control over from this app. If I take a look and if I want to change the gain, if we strum, and I want to change the gain, you hear it go, overpowering, right? So I move the gain back down. I can do that with volume. Of course, that's different, right? Volume is very different. The gain is the input that you're allowing, and volume is the amplitude that's coming out. So you have control over that, bass, middle, treble, just on this amp. But then you have control over all the different functions. The gate, which in this case is turned on, and now I'm turning it off and turning it on. The comp, wah, which is on. And of course you can control all these. Reverb, which is set as it is. So let's play a single note, and then we'll increase the level. I'll lower that down. You hear the difference right away. So you can play with all these settings on all of these different switches, all these different pedals, and get them exactly where you want it. And then you save that, and then that's called in this case, my fingerstyle reverb. Now, as I change on here, for instance, when I change to the B, channel B, I get the Texas Blues. Change that, I can go to flat acoustic. From there, I can go to ambient guitar style. From there, I can change it. I can change it there, or I can change it on my app. So I can change it here, and it changes on the app. I can change it on the app, and it changes here. So they're completely tied together, right? In a future video, I'm going to show you how the pedal works, because then you don't have to worry about the app or the touching the amp. You do it all with your foot. So access to all these different sounds, and you set them up ahead of time. You can have up to 8 different sounds going on there. In this case, I'm going to go to the 12 string. Make this sound like a 12 string. So you're just getting a general idea of it. Now, I'm going to show you on here that you can go to the cloud. And when you go to the cloud, you have choice of selecting different artists, different favorites that you set up. You can look at acoustic sounds, alternative sounds. You can sounds for bass. It's really worth mentioning that the bass is pretty amazing. If I pick bass right now. I'm not a bass player, but it sounds like one sometimes on here when you pick the right connection. Now, once you've picked one here, when you go back, you could put it into your favorites very easily. Okay, so that's the general idea of how all the Spark amps work. This one works with 8 different sounds for your guitar. It also has microphone, which I'm about to pull into this as well. Next thing I want to show you is that there are different capabilities. For instance, tuner. I get comments now and then that I'm out of tune. So I'm very conscious of it. I tuned this guitar just before. Let's just make sure it's working. So the E, A, D, G. Oh, G, you're a little off, G. E, D, G. And I've got an automatic tuner on this guitar, which makes it really annoying. There we go. B, E. Okay. So once you've got your tuning, then it goes back to the amp, of course. Okay. Now let's take a look at what the amp can do with voice. Now, the microphone impedance set, your instrument impedance has been set. To adjust the setting in the future, go to the mixer view from the top right mixer. So I should also mention that the help in this is extraordinary, right? I haven't played around a lot with the microphone, so this is a little bit new. But let's see. Now we go back to tone control. So channel 1 is input 1. So input 1 is everything we've just been doing with A and B. If I hit input 2, now I'm looking at vocal. And vocal sounds, so this is vocal sound lead. This, and I'm moving to studio echo. This is vocal sound with studio echo. This is vocal sound as chorus.
Yes, the vocal sound you are hearing is indeed with studio echo.
And my echo agrees. This is Vocal LOFI. Okay, so that's kind of flat. Whoa, that's good. All right. Be careful when you put the guitar in front of the mic. I think Jimi Hendrix taught us that. Somehow I fed a feedback into the amp. We go back to studio echo, and studio echo sounds pretty good. So when you're playing, I'm dreaming of a way that you would stay with me. I'm wondering what to say.
Doesn't help the guitar playing, but makes my voice sound really wild, right?
Yeah, well, that was Studio Echo. Now, when we look at Studio Echo, you see there's all the controls for this mic preamp, the comp wah, the reverb. You can tune this down to exactly what you want your voice to sound like. So, those are the major features of the Positive Grid. And so, I'm Mike, and I'm going to keep messing with music, and I think you really would enjoy this amp. I'm enjoying it. 150 watts, 4 channels. It's a really professional grade instrument, and really looking forward to going further with it. Watch for videos which are to come. Next video will be showing you how to set up this Spark Control X and how I've got control over everything with that. And then we'll be doing a looper. We'll be showing you how to use the looper both on guitar and on voice combinations. It's really quite an amazing thing. This U looper is a lot of fun. So stick with us, come on back soon, and keep messing with music.